Start opening these.
And we are live.
Wow.
So today we are going over our brand new wine club that we just launched. It is going to be 4 wines from the Valais region. We have 2 whites and 2 reds. The first one that we're going to be doing and highlighting today is going to be the Haida, or Pearl of the Alps, is a common nickname for it in Switzerland. This is also known as Pian.
Payan.
Payan.
Yeah.
Payan is another regional name for it, especially in the Valais. And this is one of the, maybe not the heritage grape from Switzerland, right? But it's,
No.
but it has deep roots, especially in the Valais.
A Valais
region.
classic.
A Valais classic.
Yeah.
Thus the name Pearl of the Alps.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this, wow, first live. This is crazy. So the first theme, so now after we revamped the wine club here, Brandon's diligent work over months, each club will have its own theme. So this club's theme is the Valais. And so all 4 of these wines here, 2 of them featured from the one and only Maison Giard, our good friends over there that have where we have their Fondant Les Murettes and Dol des Monts. So we will be drinking their Haida, as Brandon mentioned, and Syrah.
And this is going to be my first time trying it. It's going to be Dylan's second time trying it.
That's right.
He was very fortunate last time he was in Switzerland. He found the main selection of these wines when he was there.
It's been a while though, so I'm excited to revisit. Yeah. And then the other 2 wines we've got are from our friends over at Les Celliers de Sion. So they are, as most will know, a joint house of 2 of the most storied vineyards, wineries in the Valais region in Sion. So we've got their Johannesburg from Varonne, and then we've got the Human Rouge from Bonva. We'll get into the details of all those.
The first one that we're going to be trying today, as seen like in our wine clubs when we were giving them out, we're going to kind of be going in order that they were in, starting with the Haida, moving into the Johannesburg, and then into the Human Rouge and Syrah. But the first one, and for the main reason why we're here and why I'm here today, is to try these wines. Can I pour you up, Dylan?
Pour us up.
All
Good
right.
sir. So the Valais region is the largest wine-growing region, winemaking region in Switzerland. So the Valais is comprised of the Alps down in the southwestern part of the country. So here is where you're going to get wonderful high altitude. You see those beautiful, picturesque terraced vineyards climbing up the hills. Most are alongside the Rhone River, which a lot of people don't know. The Rhone River actually originates in Switzerland from the Rhone Glacier.
And like what Dylan was saying, to me, it's the elevation in the Valais mixed with like the mineral deposits from the soil from the glacial runoff. But like we're talking like 1,100 to 3,600 feet in elevation, which is like close to the growing line, where really nothing kind of grows past that. What makes the Valais so special and unique is not only that, but they have extremely long summers too. Most of these grapes are late ripening grapes, which most people don't think that can even exist in Switzerland because it gets so cold so quickly. But the summers are really long, and you experience a lot of diurnal weather, meaning that it's just hot during the day and it cools off dramatically at night. These are like the key characteristics that make Napa so renowned and so pristine. Is because you have that bay kind of cool off all the air come in, and it really cools off during the day. Switzerland experiences the same thing, but we have a really long summer out there. The Valais is really unique in that aspect, and why we get such beautiful wines, especially a lot of native wines too.
Yeah, so we're talking like a late September, early October harvest time. So compared to California, Napa, where they're usually harvesting mid-August, even at some points early August, depending if they're getting their Chardonnay or doing their sparkling wines, you want a bit more acid in there. The nose is really wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Big nose. Getting a lot of citrus on the nose, like grapefruit, big pineapple. Oh, that's yummy.
A good amount of acidity, good amount of
Yeah.
citrus to it.
Little lychee on the palate.
But really,
Mm,
really
wow.
kind of some good herbaceous notes to it as well.
Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful color too. I don't know if you can see that chat. Am I doing it right?
Yeah, you're
Am I
doing it right.
chat. Shout out Melissa. Love the roan.
Yeah. Shout out Melissa coming through. So
So speaking a bit on the valet too, a lot of people don't know this, but Switzerland was the only country that was covered 100% by glacier once upon a time. So that's why once they all melted, that's why the soil composition is 100% glacier setting the deposit around the whole country. Um, so here you're getting a lot of granite, a lot of limestone. Really contributes to the minerality that you find in a lot of Swiss wines, especially their white wines, and really what makes it so unique.
and not only like so limestone and granite and slate help contribute a lot to the flavor and the minerality that you get in a lot of this, but also just the drainage too. When you bring in things like I'm gonna pronounce this terrible schist.
Okay,
Schist,
yeah.
schist,
Schist, yeah.
and the genesis or genesis. It helps with the groundwater and the flow and the actual seepage of the water and retention rates. In Switzerland, believe it or not, in the Valais region of Switzerland is the only place in the entire country that you're allowed to irrigate the crops.
Mhm.
Nowhere else in the country is irrigation allowed at the vineyards. But in the Valais, they built these things over 1,000 years ago to collect glacial runoff and snow melt and let it travel all the way through the Valais and deposit into multiple places of the different vineyards. There is, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but there's around 198 actual irrigation canals built throughout the Alps and the Valais, and 160 of them are still in operation today, over 1,000 years later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they were built like a crazy long time ago.
Yeah, so I have it like they've been maintained since the 11th century. But it's older than that. We just know that we actually have records showing the maintenance of these irrigations, and like on our wine club, we did this cool write up. As you'll see me keep looking back to it. There's even like pictures from like the early 1800s. Chat, if you can see that chat right there, of them just like scaling up the Alps and actually working on these irrigation channels and canals, as it's just simple wooden boxes flowing down the mountain, which is that's fucking wild.
It's
actually,
fucking wild. Yeah. So as Brandon just mentioned too, one of the revampings of our wine club is including these beautiful info sheets. So of course, you can follow along with us and listen to our annoying voices, but also if you want to taste a little bit, read a little bit while you taste, we've got these cool little factoids going on. Tells you a little bit about the wine. And Brandon did all these layouts and they came out fire. So
and then hopefully one day,
stoked.
when we're a little bit better at all of this, we can actually have graphics that we put up on the screen.
Yes.
We hit a button and we just show it, so we don't have to show you actual papers.
And, we're doing all this for you guys. So anything that you think would be good in there that we leave off, or things that you like to see in your club memberships, feel free to shoot us a message, email, text, call, whatever you prefer. Let us know how we can be better. What's going on? We got Jordan and Carlene in the house.
Hey!
We got Nicole in the house.
Thank you for stopping by.
So if you're just joining, we are going through our February club release. Yep. We are starting to do these live videos going through each of our grapes that we've new grapes that we've got here, because the biggest thing about our revamped wine club is it's every 3 months, once a quarter, low commitment, and you get 4 exclusive new wines every time. So these aren't available to the public. We're importing small quantities of these unique, fun wines that we think people will enjoy, wine lovers will enjoy, and you just get to experience a few new things. And then after about a month and a half or two, we'll be launching the wines on our website. Club members get the first dibs on purchasing any of their favorites. Again, we have small allocations of each, just a few cases. And then after a few weeks, we'll open that up to the general public. So if you act fast enough, you can get your hands on it. But the safest way to get your hands on it is by joining the club.
And you also just get 4 bottles, no matter what. You get the 4 bottles and the first chance to buy. And we're going to be going through all 4 of the wines that are traditionally featured in our mixed wine club. You have 3 options. You can get whites only, reds only, or a mixed club. The mixed club is kind of what we push the most because it has the most diversity and breadth of range in the wines that we're providing. But man, like for example, don't want to create any jealousy, but the whites that went out this month, they had the Bianco Rivera, which is a white Merlot that there's one other shop that's selling it here in the United States, and it's going for what, $500 a bottle?
Something like that.
It's really rare. It's very exclusive. But it's
a white Merlot aged in new French oak.
Yep.
For a year. So we just introduced our first white Merlot from Vini de Lea in Ticino, southeastern region of Switzerland, right next to Italy. And we've gotten great reviews by that. White Merlot tends to be a bit lighter, kind of similar to Chasselas in the sense where it's a super quaffable, drinkable wine, a aperitif wine, if you will. Whereas this white Merlot has a bit more body,
a little bit more,
more attitude. Yeah, absolutely, with the oak. So we actually haven't tried that one either. So we're very excited. We've been actually recommended by Swiss members of the chamber that it was highly coveted and requested. So we thought we'd give it a shot for them.
Yeah, so you can't say we're not going all out. I mean, our wine club starts at 120. Doesn't matter which section you get, if you get red, white, or mixed, and the values will kind of scale, and they're going to be different every wine club. The average amount of value right now for the wines that we're just tasting is $225. You're basically getting, your entire money's back right there just off of these wines.
Almost getting half back. Plus the added, I mean, look at these info sheets, you guys.
but we're not gonna focus on selling because the people that are kind of joining us are friends and family, and the people that have already purchased the wine club. So
we are in the club.
We don't have to sell this to you anymore. We are going to continue going over it. The next one is going to be the Johannesburg. Are you about ready?
Yeah, I was just about to say. Speaking of continuing,
for the continuation, this is the Johannesburg from our friends down at Cellars de Sion, who we're going to be seeing on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. PSA, we're going to Switzerland tomorrow morning. So you might be surprised to see Brandon and I under the same roof. And yes, that is because we're taking flight first thing a.m.
Yeah, we're out of here at 8. There was a long conversation of what time we need to arrive at the airport.
Brandon needs 3.5 hours to be
I'm an anxious bitch. What can I say?
I'm just kidding. And I'm a late ass bitch. So it's a dynamic duo.
Oh wow, that nose is
the nose is great.
Holy.
So that's also something we like to brag about is Switzerland really truly cares about the we got some lovers of the info sheets. Let's go, Nicole.
Oh, let's rock it.
Switzerland is one of the only places, the only place that I know of, but I can't act like I know everything in the wine world, that actually that cares so much about the aromatics and the nose of a wine, where they have one of their most coveted awards, which is I always butcher the name, so I'm not even going to try it, but they award just based on aromatics of the wine. So no taste, just the nose. and that's how important it is. So
It's the perfume kind of basically award show. It's like how aromatic, how perfumey is it?
the
Would
Swiss
you wear it?
truly believe that the experience of tasting a wine starts the second you put your nose in the glass. You want to have a pleasant experience the whole way through.
I'm not talking cocaine when I do this, guys. I just need you to know it's about the wine. Settle down.
We're older and mature now.
Yeah, man, that is lovely. It's almost kind of got like a nice malactic, almost like butteriness to it.
Bit lighter in color, chat. Bit more of a pale straw color.
Oh man, that's lovely.
Decent legs on it. Got a little thickiness to it. What are we coming in? % on this one, and
13.3.
13.3 on the Haida.
Man, that's some great apple. Some like almost Honeycrisp style apple. Some good white flour.
Mm.
Light almond kind of frangipane tinge to it too, which is a new word that I just recently. I still don't know what it is, but I know frangipane is a thing. An almond paste, right?
I don't know about frangipan. Marzipan.
No, but
I don't know about frangipan.
Is frangipane is the almond version of marzipan. Where's Melissa when we need her? Melissa, what's frangipane? Almonds. I don't know.
Wait, so what's marzipan then? All right, so they're both made with almonds.
Lies.
So I'm having a hard time seeing the difference. Chat, if anybody knows here.
And here she comes.
The correction is, I have no idea.
Well, so much for our expert.
That was our take from Melissa, our resident expert in all baking and goods.
Mm. No, this is a wonderful wine. Really bright, balanced acidity. Though, when I mean bright, it's not making me pucker or anything like that.
No, but just enough to salivate.
Very lively, light. Yeah, I'd say pretty light bodied. This one, it's got, like Brandon said, some apple, a little bit of that kind of crisp fruit action going on, but not, I would say, not like tart fruit like I was getting on the Haida more.
No.
And this one's got, I see in the notes here we've got chamomile, and that I'm actually getting that a lot on the back end as kind of just a subtle floral. It's not like honey, it's just kind of fresh, a little bit,
almost like a honeysuckle, kind of like a flower. I'm getting like a good little butteriness to it as well. Very light, very faint, nothing overpowering. This nice, like little silky, smooth butteriness. Describing wine so weird.
Mm-hmm. All subjective. Yeah, Jordan, we need a resident fact checker around here.
Fact check.
Absolutely.
We don't need facts because it's all subjective. In today's America, I don't need facts.
What are facts anymore?
They're political facts. If I repeat them enough, it just becomes true, regardless.
Look, we won't get into politics.
We're not.
We got in trouble for that in 2020, so we learned our lesson.
For posting a picture.
Yeah. Like I said, we won't go there.
I mean, I feel like we're in pleasant company.
We are. Until this goes viral, and then a million people do it.
If we do something that goes viral, I don't care how many people just start hating on us. Also,
as long as they buy our wine.
As long as they buy our wine.
This one, so I feel like the Haida is very well suited for food. And it could also be like a hot day wine. I think both of these could go with food and without. The Haida I would see with a bit more of like a
fish.
Like a fuller meal.
Risotto kind of, like a halibut. You know what I mean?
Grilled or fried fish, halibut. Cioppino type vibe.
I think it has enough acidity without being overbearing. It'd be really good with raclette. Without like really kind of overpowering it, which is the problem that a lot of white wines have.
Yeah. Where the Johannesburg, I think it's a little bit lighter. I think it would still go good with food, but maybe some spice in there.
Yeah.
Because it does have a little bit more. It's not nowhere near. It's not sweet at all. Like it's not fruity.
No.
Um,
More like
but I
charcuterie.
could see it. Yeah,
More aperitif. Like,
lighter plates.
yeah. One of the notes that I was finding when I was like looking it up and everything is it's a big asparagus pair.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody's trying to pair this with asparagus, which is kind of wild. I've
Mm.
never really just like seen so much
They-
overwhelming consensus with something to drink with asparagus.
They love, especially their white asparagus in Switzerland.
I know. I've seen that.
Coveted.
Do they do like the American thing? Do they like take their like asparagus spears and like dip it in mayonnaise?
Oh well,
Is that like a
they
thing?
love their mayonnaise.
But like, do they like?
I don't know.
combine
I
those
gotta
two
say,
things?
I don't know.
I've never
I
seen
can't talk
anybody
like
really
Yeah,
do
I would.
that.
I think they're more culinary with it. They
Oh,
have
aioli.
like a drizzled sauce, or
They're out there with
it's
that
on the
aioli,
side
not
of
just
the
that
plate.
mayonnaise.
Yeah.
They're coming out with that real.
Come on, bro. Come correct.
Come correct.
So that's one thing maybe we'll start doing too, is we can start offering recipe suggestions for our wine club. If you'd like, we can offer maybe a couple recipes to go with each wine. or
I really
something.
thought you were gonna say we're gonna start offering asparagus pairings.
We could
I
do
really
that.
thought that that's where you were gonna
We
take
could
that,
do
but I
that.
think the recipes is a much better idea.
We could do that. Well, you never know. The recipes might have asparagus in them.
We have some things in the work with a couple of with a different company called Pair Anything. Stay tuned for the next wine club.
Yeah.
You might be seeing some really cool and interesting things start popping up.
Yeah.
We got some stuff in the works.
Good friends over there, Christy. Shout out Christy.
Shout out Rochelle.
Yeah. Shout out Rochelle, Danny. Yeah, they're doing awesome things where they are very tech driven and bringing the wine upgrading the wine industry into the tech world and making it a lot more consumer friendly. Getting pairing suggestions, as you might have guessed by their Pair Anything name. Recipes, everything like that. If you don't know what wine to grab, if you're not familiar with our grapes, they got some really cool resources for you coming out that I don't know if we can disclose quite yet, but they will be on our website shortly.
All right, we're ready to move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
I think we're going to be hitting up the Human Rouge.
Human Rouge.
Human Rouge. Interesting grape. Really cool fucking grape. Excuse my language. Those of you who do know me, I unfortunately
You should have been giving close-ups of the bottles.
way more.
This is the Haida.
And here's the Johannesburg.
Silver medal at the Selection of Wines of the World 2023. Maison Giard did produce Petit Arvin that was voted best white wine in Switzerland. So the actually white club membership got that, and that's the Johannesburg.
Johannesburg.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. So this one, the Human Rouge, you'll see it's got a little extra artwork on there. So fun story, as I was out delivering club memberships, it was pouring rain on Tuesday. And I opened the trunk and a box fell out. So these became our sample wines. If you'd like, it could be sold as a collector's piece.
We'll even sign it.
Yeah.
So this one, the Human Rouge, I kind of wanted to talk about. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent on it. So I apologize to everybody in advance, but it's really confusing, right? So there's another grape that we're really familiar with, which is Cornelin. Cornelin is a staple of the Valais region as well. It's a mainstay on our website, one of our favorite red wine varietals.
And indigenous to the Valais region of Switzerland.
Indigenous to the Valais region of Switzerland, which there is a tiny bit of confusion, which kind of leads into everything. So all of these grapes kind of originally have a common denominator, a common parent, which is the Cornelin d'Aosta, which is the d'Aosta Valley, which is right south of Switzerland's Valais region, d'Aosta Valley of Italy, which is a very famous wine growing region.
Super famous, yeah.
But the Human Rouge is a kind of like a mutation of the Cornelin d'Aosta that was originally from the d'Aosta Valley, and somehow migrated up the pass. Either we don't know if it was brought over there, or if it just naturally occurred through that little pass between the Valais and d'Aosta. I forget the name of that pass. It's in Alrida. If you guys do want to try and read that. Anyways, we can't really figure out where this grape really actually originates, which is like the fun part. Through DNA testing, through everything, we don't know.
Shout out UC Davis.
Shout out UC Davis. Shout out
Go
Churnings,
Ags.
Switzerland.
Yep.
They've been trying to figure this out. And basically, the Italians and the Swiss have been arguing over it for about 80 years now, because Cornelan is technically from the Valais, but also technically from the d'Aosta Valley. But all of these wines are basically only grown in the Valais because it's perfectly suited and mutated and just evolved to that kind of climate. Where, like I said, this is a tangent that probably none of you really care about, but I'm a geeky nerd, and this shit kind of blows my mind. So, but
yeah, it's one of those funny things where these two grapes, Human Rouge and Cornelin, they have a lot of overlap, and these date back to hundreds of years, so it's a little bit hard and tricky. But to break it down, my understanding is Cornelin. UC Davis proved with Jose Vuillemos's help, a legendary Swiss grape researcher, that Cornelin is from the Valais region of Switzerland, but Cornelin d'Aosta is not the same as Cornelin, and Cornelin d'Aosta is actually more similar to Human Rouge,
right,
or if not the same grape.
But it
which
has
is really confusing.
But it has damn near the exact genetic markers that the Cornelin Valais has.
Yeah.
But so that's where it gets really confusing. The Human Rouge is more genetically identical to the Valais Cornelin, but it is a direct offspring or mutation from the Cornelin d'Aosta. Yeah, it's really nice.
Whoa. Oh, I wasn't quite expecting that. The nose gives very like blueberry, kind of like
bright red fruit.
Yeah, I was exactly. I was going to say not really your dark fruit type red wine, not jammy. But then the palate, it kind of shocks me with great herbaceous tinge to it.
Hi, Harlan. Shout out nephew watching, 3 years old, future responsible wine drinker and sommelier. Shout out my guy.
He will be our #1 employee of the year for several years running.
Oh yeah, we're putting you to work. Yeah. Quit. But don't worry, enjoy while you can. But you got a lot of vineyards to pick and a lot of packages to bottle.
So chat, we got a nice, pretty dark. Here, let me give you something a bit better. I'm gonna get a folded piece of paper behind it. So it's pretty dark. It's got a little translucence in there though, so it's not super dense. I would say it's a kind of dark ruby jewel type vibe, where if you think about like a ruby stone, it's got a beautiful dark color, but you can see the translucence through it even through that.
It's also known as like the hunter's wine, because this is the ideal pairing for any sort of venison, elk, goat, anything. Like this is trademark. The name for hunter's wine is the reason is because every person who's hunting out there in the Valais, this is the wine that you want to pair with it. It has a deep history and rooted in like being able to pair really good with slight gamey flavors, a lot of like redder style meats. And has built this reputation for being the dream hunter's wine.
And just for some context too, Switzerland really cherishes their anytime drinking wines, such as the reds. They're the second highest drinking nation per capita, right behind France. So they're not just restricting their drinking to weekends and nighttime. It's casual, it's healthy, don't worry.
They're not bingers.
It's just, a glass with lunch, maybe a glass with dinner. But so you don't always want a super big tannic red wine if you're having something at lunch. So a lot of these wines are stainless steel that matured and fermented. So you're not going to get as big draggy tannins. And I think that's a reason that it goes so well with gamey meats and venison, things like that, where you don't need that high fat content to mellow out those draggy, dry tannins. It's a lot more approachable, great with lean meats.
And won't overpower it.
Roasted
It
duck,
won't
won't
drown it
overpower.
out.
Yeah. What's up, Oliver? How you doing? So here, for those who recently joined, we are going over our first release of our revamped wine club. This is our February release where we're going over 4 exclusive wines. Every quarter, we ship out 4 bottles of exclusive wines just for our club members. We've got a Haida in Johannesburg here from Maison Giard and Baron from
There you
Chez
go.
de Sion. And then we're on the Human Rouge here
Our first red of the night.
from Bon Vin. And we will cap off with a Syrah from Maison Giard as well.
20 different ways to enunciate that wine.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of good, like, herbaceous dried herbs,
Mhm.
kind of dried leaf flavoring on it, which is kind of a wild thing to say about
Yeah.
wine.
But also with like a nice cherry balance
You
to
still
it.
got, like, a
It's
good
not like
fruity
an
component.
earthy Pinot.
Yeah.
It's just a very balanced red that's,
good
I
amount
would
of
call it medium body.
good amount of
like,
acidity,
yeah.
good amount of citrus too to kind of tie everything out. The tannins are my favorite part.
Mhm.
It's still got a good tannin structure without being
Yeah,
overpowering or
very
overwhelming.
melted, very well incorporated. And we just opened these too, so I think as they aired out a little bit as well, they'll integrate even more. But yeah, this is a wonderful. So those of you that love red wines, but don't want to have something super draggy, tannic, enjoy it with meats. This would be kind of your perfect Friday night, Saturday night wine.
Are you tired of the traditional Napa cab that you get every single time at Safeway? Please try Human Rouge from the Valet.
If you
Coming to
don't
a store near you.
if you don't want to bite into a piece of toast spread with jam, then this is your guy right here.
We should do infomercials.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very soft tannins on there.
Yeah, but just enough.
Oh yeah, just it's there for
Really
sure.
good tannin structure too.
Mm-hmm.
Really kind of like upper cheek grip too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so Bon Vin, a little bit about this winery here. They are, I believe, the oldest active winery in Sion. I believe they came about in the mid 1800s, 1848, and Varon has been around since 1908, I believe. So they are 2 very distinguished old wineries with family heritage there. And they came together in, I think, the early 1990s to join and become Cité de Sion. So they are the only people, the first to build an Ono Park,
Yes.
a wine park in the Valais. So you can go up and visit. They've got a beautiful little chalet up at the top of the hill where you can go taste wines in the middle of the vineyards, go on bike rides.
It's an adult theme park.
Adult theme park.
For wine.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which a lot of hiking, a lot of dinners out there, winemaker shacks and everything. But also, Dylan, you're missing out. Like the funnest part of Cellars de Sion is and I'm pretty sure you can tell this better than I, but they hated each other for so long.
Oh, that's right.
Flon and Bovine,
that's right.
they were mortal enemies.
Yeah.
Like they taught their children to hate the children. Like this is generational hate that they think. What was it? Was it like Bovine or somebody was running for public office in Sion,
Okay. Yeah.
right? And then the other one was already in public office or something. And since
I believe that.
and they were both tired of this. Of their parents teaching them to hate each other, and they actually joined forces in the early 1990s to open up this first Oni Park to condense both of their wines in one place and actually grow from there. That was the fun story that I remember talking with David. From Cellars de Sion.
This is where I rely heavily on Brandon's nerdiness because he's great at remembering those things.
It's the tea, man. I need that tea.
He needs the tea. So this here is Maison Giard Syrah, Shiraz, whatever part of the world you're in and however you want to pronounce it. Silver medal at the 2023 Grand Prize of Switzerland winemaking. So to be honest, I don't have a huge experience with Syrah, but
gasp.
wow.
California.
Yeah, I know. Wow, that nose is amazing.
Yeah, that's it. It
Mm.
hits you immediately.
Beautiful color. Check it out, chat. Very dark, deep purple there. Yeah, sorry, I'm holding up an invoice, but
Yeah, we do.
yeah, hardly even translucent. Really fantastic, deep purple,
Deep
garnet color. Yeah.
What's the alcohol in this?
Oh, whoa. Oh, that palette is wow. 13.5.
13.5.
And the Iman Rouge was
Legs on it. These tears are nice.
13.5 as well. Wow. Big violet in this one.
Big violet.
I get big violet on the palette.
Good pepper.
Yeah.
Like good cracked black
Wow.
pepper.
Oh, that's fun. On the nose, big blackberry for me. Like nice, yummy fruits on the nose. And then, yeah, it really hits you with that freshness of that floral violet flower, little dark fruit in there.
A little bit more mellow
Nice
on the
pepper.
tannins than I was expecting,
Yeah.
to be completely honest with you.
More mellow than the Iman Rouge.
Way more mellow. Yeah. It's really really just good fruit expression through. It kind of like reminds me of like a Nebbiolo or something, you know, a
Yeah.
little bit, you know.
The tannins do stack a little bit, I must say. I think the more sips I take with it,
It's really soft though.
it's super soft.
Yeah, more on the
It's
back
almost
of the
you
palate.
notice it after.
Yeah, it's on
like
the
it's
back
just
of
kind
it.
of like, yeah, wow.
Looks tasty. Yes, Mindy. It is delicious. We'll make sure you get some.
Don't worry. We're not gonna drink all these bottles ourselves.
I mean, we could, but
We could.
have a flight to catch. And
Yeah.
as we established earlier, I am a very anxious crybaby when it comes to flights.
I still have to pack.
Cheers.
Some things don't change.
I packed before heading over. I just
Whoa.
threw everything in a suitcase.
Oh,
I forgot
yeah,
my
yeah.
jacket. I'm going to Switzerland in February without a fucking jacket. Excuse my language, Harlan. If you heard that, do not repeat that word.
So, fun fact: fuck means seal in French. So we're actually just saying what the seal.
What the seal?
In fuck.
All right, my nephew is 3.
It's seal. It's seal in French. Harlan, you just learned your first French word. I'm just kidding. Do not repeat that.
Please do at daycare and tell it that you learned it from your Uncle Boo. Yes, and that is me. I'm Uncle Boo. Proudly. This is really nice though. This blueberry, like it's a really kind of like soft blueberry. There's almost like a nice like blackberry, almost like kind of jamminess to it without that sugar. It's really the violet though really kind
The
of
violet's
stacks, but
super
yeah.
pronounced for me. Yeah.
It was funny. I didn't even.
Nice little clove.
I wasn't even paying attention to this, and then I looked down at our cheat sheet, and there was like all the things I was just saying.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I kind of felt like I was literally cheating there for a second.
You're so good at what you do.
Damn right. I'm the one that wrote it.
Oh wow, yeah. What would you pair this with? Like barbecue?
Yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
My immediate thing was ribs,
That
and then
was
like,
so good.
and
Oh
then
my God.
with like a good like barbecue glaze where you use like a little bit more of actual like fruit in the barbecue sauce. You know, where you do like the raspberry preserves in it instead of putting like sugar.
Yeah.
Tri-tip would be. I think pizza would be really good with this too. Like a good kind of like little spice.
We might be getting pizza tonight.
Oh, that'd be great. I would love that.
Might be getting pizza. Chat, where's your favorite pizza place?
In Oakland.
Let's see.
In the Bay. We don't want to give away our location.
Everybody knows.
It's for when it goes viral for the political talk earlier.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, some of the like the traditional pairings with Syrah is typically like grilled meats, right? Usually like kind of like steak styles, but nothing super fatty, no porterhouse, no T-bones, nothing like that. Like you're kind of like your your fillets, your strips, things
Maybe like
that.
a pork chop,
Yeah, pork chop would
pork
be good.
loin.
Kind of, yeah, depend. I think like you can really go either way with pork
The
too.
nice sauce.
Yeah, especially if you like lean into like more of like a heavier sauce for it, more like grilled.
A beef bourguignon, if you will. Yeah. Speaking of which, I have like 6 bottles of red in my fridge that I need to cook with. So I'm thinking about making a fat red wine reduction dish.
Ooh,
Yes.
duck
Yes.
with like a red wine reduction.
I'm
like
too scared to
syrup.
cook duck, honestly.
Oh, dude, it's super easy. Were you there when we cooked duck?
No, I saw the pictures though.
It
looked great.
remarkably the easier meat I've ever cooked. I fucked it up still, but I sealed it up.
Yeah,
Sealed it up.
There we go.
Which was really, it was still really good. I learned the fun secret, chat, in case you were wondering, is for a duck breast, there's a big layer of fat on top of it, right? You just score it and you put it fat side down on a pan on low heat, and that's it. That's literally it. You just let it cook from there, and then you do your red wine reduction and everything. Super easy. Makes you look really smart and really good at cooking. You don't do anything.
Damn crazy. Yeah, we're live on YouTube right now too. So if you're a fan of YouTube, whoa, jinx on the
Finger guns.
I don't like the YouTube though because it's flipping my screen and it's where you have that mirror image, you don't like the look of yourself. It's not.
Oh yeah, it looks terrible no matter which, if I'm flipped or the normal way. So just running with it, man.
Wow, this is fun.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
So you can expect us every couple months, every 3 months, likely the Friday after wine club shipments go out. So all wine club shipments will be going out that first week of the month. So February, and then the next one will be May.
Yeah, May 1st, August 1st.
So May
November
will have
1st.
Yeah. May will have some really fun wines too.
Yeah.
We've already got that one mapped out. So be looking forward to coming back tasting those. And yeah, we are going to Switzerland tomorrow morning. 2 weeks. We'll be bringing over, not to spoil alert, but you guys are dedicated. So bring over some Swiss German wines, a little Neuchâtel action. We'll be completing our portfolio. So got some really fun things coming soon.
Look out for some Pinots. Some fire.
Got some Pinot lovers in the house.
But yeah, so those are the 4 wines that we've done. Just kind of run you through them.
Yep.
In order that we tasted them. Starting from my right to the left, we had our Haida from the Valais, Johannesburg, or Johannesburg. Also from the Valais, but I don't need to say that. The Fumel Rouge, and then the Syrah. All incredible wines from the Valais, really highlighting and showcasing the beauty that really makes this kind of like Switzerland's Napa, right? This is the Bordeaux of Switzerland. This is the most famous winemaking region in the country. And to be honest, it's one that we're going to keep probably coming back to.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not for every wine club, but
no.
I mean, this.
There's so many wines to see in that region. I mean, that it is the largest producing region in Switzerland too. So we were going through our winery visits, and it's like a huge cluster in the Valais. So there's so many people to see, so many wines to
many
taste.
Native grapes.
Yeah,
yeah, like there's so many different ones we haven't even really found. There's ones that we're still looking for. The Valley is such a magical place. But yeah, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more coming. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We will be in Switzerland, but we're still going to be taking emails, calls, everything that we need. We have systems in place, so if you order some wine now, we'll make sure you get it. Shout out Melissa. I know she's in the chat.
Shout out Mindy.
Yeah. So we'll make sure that these wines still get out to you. They might be a couple days later than usual, but you can find out all of this information available on our website when we're going to be coming back. Delays, everything like that is available on our website right now.
Yep.
And Dylan, do you have anything more to add?
We're just a phone call away or a text. Save yourself the international minutes. So email. Anything you need, we got you. Any special requests, anything you guys like to see. We'll also be checking out the natty wine scene, bring over some biodynamic stuff. So anything that you guys hear on the street and that you're interested in seeing, always open to recommendations.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And really excited for this. Thanks again, Brandon, all the work putting into revamping the club.
Thank you, sir.
This is beautiful. Again, you get these really cool sheets. I mean,
That one needs to be flipped.
oh, that one's flipped. Okay. Yep. There we go. So
yeah.
beautiful, really fun. Share with your friends. It's all wine is best enjoyed with comrades and comradettes.
It's intimate. We're getting intimate tonight.
It's fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm doubling down on that one.
I plead the fifth. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. We expect to grow 100x every live stream we go. So
spread the words. Tell your friends.
Pretty soon we'll be on tour, sure or less. Keep an eye out for another 2 White Man podcasts coming soon to a city near you. Okay, I'm getting carried away. Thanks, everybody, for joining.
It's exactly what the world needs.
Yeah. Have a good night. Stay safe.
Bye.
Enjoy yourselves.
We'll see you
See
soon.
you next time. Cheers.
Hard to end 2 streams at once.
Yeah, it is.